Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle by Randall called A Tribute to Kate Bishop. This was a puzzle that Randall submitted using my new submission guidelines, and he didn't tell me which Kate Bishop that he was making a tribute to, so I'm going to assume it's Kate Bishop, the Hawkeye. So, um, hence the arrows being purple, because that's Kate Bishop's colour. So, um, I don't really have a lot to go into, but I do want to say that the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack is running at the moment. And I wish to do a special thank you to Callum Shaw for giving me a super thanks, which is a paid comment on the introduction to the Polarizing Sudoku pack to donate some cash for the pack. It's very much appreciated that you've done that, and it is a really nice way of thanking me and, well, everyone else who's put some effort into the pack. So thank you very much. But onto this puzzle. So, A Tribute to Kate Bishop by Randall. So, only a few rules in play for this one, and I don't know how hard this is. So, we will find out together. You can look at the duration of the video. So what we have here is normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have arrow rules, which means that along these arrows, the digits that are placed on the arrow, if you were to sum them up, the sum of those digits will get placed into the arrows circle. And that is true for all of the arrows in the puzzle. And a similar rule, the digit in the top left corner of the cage will be the sum of all of the digits within the cage. And I don't think it's relevant. Digits cannot repeat within cages, but as all of these cages are either straight or within the same box, that's not relevant. So they're the rules we've got to go on. Let's give this a shot. So we can see that these three length arrows, they've got a minimum of 1, 2, 3, which are the minimum Sudoku digits. So these have to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And there's another arrow trick we can do here, which is these arrows see each other. So the minimum you can do with 5 Sudoku digits is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15. So the minimum these can sum to is 15. So if this was a 9, the minimum this could be is 6. So these, and it's the same over here. So these are also 6, 7, 8, 9. So even though a 2-cell arrow could be as low as 3, this one can't be, because if this was 3, this would be broken, because then I couldn't hit that total. Okay, I can do a lot more, because this here, 23 in 3 is 6, 8, 9. That's forced. So this is absolutely a 7, and this is 1, 2, 4. This is not 7, this is not 7. So that's probably the break-in. So where do we go from here? I cannot put 1, 2, or 4 on this. So the minimum digits after that are 3, 5, and then 3, 6. If I was to not use 3 on this arrow, then the minimum digits would be 5, 6, and I cannot put an 11 there. So this is 3, 5, or 3, 6. So I must use a 3 on this arrow. I cannot use a 3 on that arrow. But I could still use 1 or 2. This is also 1, 4, or 2, 3, because they're the only ways of making 5. So they're low. But any of the, I mean, it's probable this is low, but it could be as high as 6. If these are 1 and 2, and that is 9. Can I not put a 1 on this arrow? Like, if I don't put a 1 on this arrow, it's 2, 3, 4. But I could go 2, 6, 3, 4, 9, and that's all fine. So I've played with arrows in this shape before. Right. Okay. I don't think I would have spotted this if I haven't actually played with this idea myself. I don't think I've ever seen this done with just the arrows. And I think this will work, and I'm going to explain it. So what I'm going to explain is just a very simple set. So set equivalence theory. And the question I'm going to ask is what's going to go into those two rows? And it's going to be in the final grid, this is going to be two sets of the digits 1 to 9. Two ones, two twos, two threes, etc. And then I'm going to ask the same question about these two columns. It's going to be two sets of the digits 1 to 9. Two ones, two twos, two threes, etc. But what we mostly care about is the fact that the total of blue is going to be 90 and the total of green is going to be 90, because each row has all the digits 1 to 9, which sum to 45, and I've got two of them. Each column has two sets of two 1 to 9, or each column sums to 45, and I've got two of them. So blue is 90, green is 90. Now this is in whatever digit this is, contributes to the 90 in blue and the 90 in green. So if I remove it from whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I remove it from both blue and from green, green and blue still have the same total. So if it's a 7 and I remove it from green and blue, then they are still 87, not 90. So I can do that for all of those, and green and blue still have the same total. But one of the things I know about arrows is these three cells sum to the same as that. That's the way arrows work. That's the rules. So I can remove all of those cells and they still have the same total. Now, this is 4 digits equaling all of that. Now, this is a minimum of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15. This is a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15. And the maximum I can put in here is 6, 7, 8, 9, which is 30. The minimum I can put in those cells is 30, and the maximum I can put in those cells is 30. So they have to be 6, 7, 8, 9. That's absolutely forced. That can't be a 9. So this is a 1, 2, 3. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the easiest way to pencil mark that is to make these 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't put 7 in those. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can't put 6 in here. This is 3, 5, which makes this 8. Which means this is not 8. These are not 8. 1, 2, 4. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. But I can't put 3 or 5 on there. They're 1, 2, 4. Well, I have to put a 4 on there. And if it's 4, 1, I don't get to 6. This has to be 4, 2, and this has to be 6. So this isn't 6. These aren't 6. These is 7, 9. This is 1, 2, 4. I can take 2 and 4 out of there, which means this is 1, 3, 5, which means this is a 9, and I can take 9 out of those. So that is 6, 8. Which doesn't reduce any of that. But this can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9 and has to get to 12. 5, 4, and 3, which are the top digits I can put in here, are 12. So these have to only be 1 and 2, and I can't put a 2 there. This is a 1, this is a 2. There's no 1 in here, there's no 2 in here. So these are now known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. 2, 7, and 9. That's a 2. For multiple reasons, there's a 7, 9 there, and we know that all of these have to only be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 7, 9. So this is now a 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is going to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but okay. This is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a 1 for the same reason that that had to be a 2. And I've got most of this middle band down to pairs. Well, that's not a 5. Huh. Okay. So how do I narrow this down further? 19 in 3 without 6 and 9. Okay, this is where I'm going to reach to my calculator, which if I forget to link to, what you do is you jump to my Patreon page, which is definitely linked below, and look for me posting my calculator, where I will have that linked as a post. So 19 in 3 without 9 or 6. So 289 not possible, 379 not possible, 469 not possible, 568 not possible. This is 4, 7, and 8. Forced. Completely forced. So this is not 4. So if this is 4, 7, and 8, what can this be? It can't be 1, 7. It could be 2, 6. It can't be 3, 5. So this is 2, 6. Okay? So these are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, and 9, and I can't put 9 on an arrow. So these are 1, 3, and that is a 9. Okay. 1, 3. So I can actually narrow this down more, because this is 4. If it's 4 and 2, this is a 6. And if it's 4 and 6 is not possible. This is 4 and 2, making this a 6. And this is a 6. And there is no 6 over here, and this is a 6. 8, 9 makes that 7 and that 9. And that lines up with this being a 6 down here. There's no 9 up there now. So there is a 9 in here, and there must be a 9 down here. Okay. Ah, there's no 6 in here. So there now must be a 6 up here. 6, 3 is still possible. Has this been whittled down at all? That can't be 4, so that can't be 1. This can't be 1, 4 at all, because that would break that. That's not 1, that's not 4. This is 2, 3, which makes that 5, which makes that 3. Okay. So this is a quintuple, but that's not something. 1 has to go in there. 2, 3, 4 is in there. 5, 7, 8. It's wide open. This is 1 or 4. Ah, that 1 looks back, making that 3 and that 1, which makes that 4 and takes 4 out of those. This is not 1, so this is not 8. It's not quite enough to resolve that. There's no 4 there, so 4 is up here. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. There's no 6 there. I'm going to take the 9 out of those. So there's a 6 or a 9 in here. There's no 7 or 8 in there. So there is a 6 or a 9 in there. And the other one is in here. But this is a 16 cage. Which the minimum I can put in here is 13. The minimum I can put in here is 13. So if this is 6, 7, this would be 1, 2. And if this is if this is even 6, 8, which is 14, this would have to be 1, 1, which is blatantly stupid. This has to be 6, 7. This is 6, this is 7, this is 9, and these are 1 and 2, and the order is known. This is 2, this is 1, this is 3, which makes this 6. This is not 6. This is 8. There's no 8 in there. This is 5. This is 3. 4, 7, 8. So this is 4 or 8 because I can't use a 7. So what are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. That's not an 8. So 8 must be in here, which means this is 9 and this is 8. This comes together pretty well. This 6 looks down here, making that 8 and that 6. The 8 looks up, meaning that is not 8, that is 7 or 9. This is cool. 2 has to go in one of those. 2 is right there because I can't put it in either of those or there, and it's not there because of the 2, 3. So these are 1, 3, 4, 5. There's no 3 there. So 3 is down here. There's no 1 in either of those. I've got to put a 7 and an 8 over here. Well, I can't put 8 there or there. So 8 is in one of those two. 7 is in one of... So that's a 7, 8 pair. Because that's 4, 7 is looking down and that 7 is looking across. So neither 8 or 7 can go in those. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's not 4. That's not 1. That's not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 5, which is not resolved. Can't put a 1 in a 3 cell 19 cage, or those two cells would have to sum to 18, which would be 9, 9, and that's not possible. So that's not a 1, but it could be a 2 if that's 8, 7, 8, 9. So that's not helping me. 2, 3, 5. Now these are 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 4 and 5, which gives me a 4, 5 pair. So these are 7, 8, and 9, which are what's missing from the column, which means 9 is down here. Can I narrow this down? Nine is in one of those two. because of the 9s looking into the box. So the only thing I haven't resolved is this 19 cage. Can I narrow this down at all? Like, that's wide open. If this is 2, this is 8, 9. If this is 3, this sums to 16, which is 7, 9. 9, 7 looks possible. If this is 5, this sums to 14, which would be 9, 5, which is not possible, or 8, 6, which is not possible. This can't be a 5. So this is 2, 3. And with either 2 or 3, this needs to be a 9. And this becomes 8 or 7. I've now got a 7, 8 pair. And I've got a 2, 3 pair. So there's no 2, 3 in here. Seven, 8 pair in the box as well. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is not a 1. That looks like it can be any of them. Okay, so what am I missing? What pointing thing am I missing here? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 4, 5, 6 in here. Okay, so 1 can't go there or in this box. So 1 is down here, which means this is not the 1. So this is 4, 5, or 6. 1 is in here. 1 is in one of those two. This is 2, 3, 4, 5 without that being a 2. That's a 3, 4, 5 triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7 and 9. Yay. Well, that's 7 and that's 9 because of that 9. So that means that's an 8 and that's a 7. 9 and 8 is 17, so this is a 2. So this is a 3, this is a 2. That has to do something. There's no 2 there. So that's now 3, 4, 5, so that's a 2. That's an 8 and that's a 7. Wow, this is tricky. Not very tricky, but there's... This 2 is making this 4 and this 2. So that's not 4. I've already got the 2 up there. That's fine. That's not resolved yet. That 8 is looking back, making this 6 and this 8. There is no 6 here. So these are 1, 3, and 5. I'm heading for full pencil marking here. There's no 2 here. There's no 5 in either of those. 5 is one of those. That's a 1, 4, 5 triple, so that becomes a 6. That's all the 6s placed. Okay, so this is 1, 3, 4, and 5 without anything pointing at it. Oh, it can't be a 1 because there's the pointing ones over here. So that's 3, 4, and 5. So the cages are done. The arrows are done. Okay, so what pointing thing am I missing? 4, 7, 8. So the row is done. 4, 7, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 1, 4, 1, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, and 7, 9. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 1, 5, and 4, 7, 7, 8, 9, 7, 9, 1, 4, 3, 5, 1, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 8, 1, okay, no, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 7, 9, no, 3 is no, what is... What is going on? Okay, so is there a Y-wing in this? So if that's a 4, that's a 5. If that's a 1, no. It's a 4, 5, 4, 5, but they don't share anything. I don't think I need those original colours anymore. Ones, 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 ones. Two, two, two. I've already got all the twos. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. No. 4, 4, 4. Oh, crikey. 4. I can take 4 out of those. Okay. Let's finish looking at 4s. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. If that's a 4, that's a 4. Hang on, if that's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 4. If that's a 4, that's a 4. Where did I start that? If this is a 4, if this is a 4, this is a 4. This is a 4, this is a 4. This is a 4. And I'm okay. This is a 4. That's a 4. And then I'm wide open. Oh, I don't know. If that's a 4, that's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. And then I'm okay up the top. 5s. 5s are in one of those two, 5s are in one of those two, one of those three, one of those two, and one of those. Hang on, is that? There's a problem there. There's a problem there. If that's a 5, this is a finned X-wing. If this cell here is a 5, I'll mark it with a red flash. If this cell is a 5, neither of those can be a 5, and that can't be a 5. Which would mean, and if neither of those can be a 5, that is a 5, and if that can't be a 5, that is a 5, and I've got a conflict in row 7. So the way, how do I explain a finned X-wing? I normally don't do puzzles. So what an X-wing is, and you hear me talk about these a lot, is it's when you have a pattern. It's hard to explain, but if you've got a situation where, I know this isn't a 5 now, so I'm going to take it out and remove its shading. But where you've got a situation like this, where if a 5 is here, you can't put a 5 in either of those, so the 5 has to go there. And if the 5 is there, it can't go in either of those, and it has to go there. Now, with the 5 being here, what this is saying is this is seeing this is a tricky finned X-wing to spot. But if this was a 5, what it's doing is it's pushing the 5 out of that. I mean, it might be a finned X-wing, I don't know. But what it's doing is if there is a 5 here, it's pushing the 5 out of 2 of the possibilities in the same row. So if I put a 5 here, there's no 5 in either of those. And there's no 5 here. So this for the column has to be the 5. And this for this column has to be the 5. And I've got a conflict and it doesn't work. So this cannot be a 5 without breaking the puzzle. So that's what I get out of that. So 5 has to go in here. This is not 5. So this is not 5. Now I've got a 3-4 pair, so this is 5, this is 4, this is 1, this is 5, this is 4, this is 3, this is 5, this is 1, this is 3. I'm going to get rid of the colouring now because I think that's broken this open. I hope this has broken this open. This is 4, this is 1. There is no 3 down here. 1, 4, 5, 8. This 1 has made this 5, which has made this 1, which has made this 4. There is no 4 up here, so this is 8, this is 5, this is 4, this is 7, this is 4, this is 9. There's no 9 here. This is 8, this is 7. 7 makes this 9, which makes this 7. The 5 here makes this 3 and 5, and I'm down to a single box. It was the finned X-wing that broke this open. That was hard to see. 4, not 4, this is 3, and this is 1. Yeah, okay. Tricky break-in with the set, although I had seen this pattern before, and that finned X-wing to finish it. I don't blame anyone if you don't manage to finish that one without help. I've I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've been practicing my classic Sudoku and my advanced techniques a bit because I've got a bit of an event coming up on my channel, hopefully soon, and I kind of wanted to practice my skills for it. So that kind of helped me a little. So yeah, wow, that's been wow. Okay, well, thank you, Randall. That was a bit of a challenging puzzle, a little bit trickier than I normally do. Nothing brutal in the way of logic. It's just you needed to have some Sudoku skills that I normally don't really rely on. It's kind of cool to bring them back. So, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the puzzle, and good luck with your solving.